Hey everyone, Brandon from Brandon's Baseball Cards here. Today I'm going to be discussing this 1979 Topps Rack Pack that's currently for sale on eBay, and I'm going to explain why we can be confident that this is not a genuine unopened item. This is a pack that has actually been resealed, tampered with, whatever terms you want to use. It relates to collation, right? And remember, collation with rack packs and cello packs is about the sequencing of cards, either with cello packs, the sheets of cards that are possible before the gum and after the gum, or with rack packs, which sheets of cards are possible in each cell of a rack, right? So there's 3 cells in a rack. Topps cut cards from certain sheets and put them in specific cells in rack packs, generally speaking, with some exceptions, right? There are years that have collation irregularities or problems, if you will. But 1979 Topps has very consistent collation. And with 1979 Topps, cards from the A sheet and the B sheet appear in the header cell, the cell closest to the header. Cards from the C and D sheet appear in the middle cell, and cards from E and F sheet appear furthest from the header. Okay. In this pack, we could be confident that this is a pack that has been tampered with, because these 2 cells are actually correct. Okay, the four cards that are showing, Steve Garvey is an A sheet card, okay, which is exactly, he's right where he should be. He's in the header cell. Larry Herndon, right next to him, is a D sheet card. He's right where he should be, because cards from the C and D sheets appear in the middle cell. Okay, if we look on the back, we see Jim Cott on the back, and Jim Cott, as you can see, there's it's hard to see, but there's a tiny little B next to an asterisk. Again, that is how you could tell what sheet a card is from with Topps. You can look on the back and see what sheet they're cut from. Sometimes it's a letter, sometimes it's an asterisk that indicates the sheet, but Jim Cott's in the right cell because he's B sheet. So Garvey and Cott are both in the right cell. Rod Gilbreth is D sheet. He's also in the right cell. Okay, so these first 2 cells, at least based on the card showing, the cell with Garvey on top and the cell with Herndon on top, the cards are correct. The problem is in the last cell, furthest from the header. The Ozzie Smith card, you may be wondering, what sheet is Ozzie from? Ozzie, as we will see here, as you can see on the back of this, right next to the asterisk, is an A sheet card. Uncoincidentally enough, one of the other great cards in the set, the Nolan Ryan card, is on back. You may be wondering, what cell is the Ryan from? It's kind of hard to show here in the pack itself, but Ryan is a B sheet pack, or B sheet card. Okay, and so this cell should have E and F. The cell furthest from the header that has Ozzie on top should have E and F sheet cards in it. It just so happens that it has not only a collation that's completely wrong, while the first 2 cells are correct, but it has the best 2 cards in the set, coincidentally enough, in this cell that's improperly collated. Now, that's either a fantastic coincidence, or what's happened is someone has cut the pack open and resealed it and put the Ozzie Smith on front and the Ryan on the back. And why would they do that in the cell furthest from the header? Well, that's simple. It's because that's the easiest cell to manipulate if you're trying to tamper with a rack pack. It's a lot easier to tamper with a cell furthest from the header than to try to deal with a cell in the middle or a cell closest to the header. It's just easier. You do your cut, and then you insert the cards, and it's just a little bit more straightforward. So whoever made this pack, right, pretty much left the first 2 cells alone, based on at least the cards we can see. The collation's correct. They only manipulated the cell furthest from the header. Okay, so this was a legitimate pack. 2/3 of this is probably legitimate, but they just so happened to take that last cell and put the best card in the set on top, improperly collated. This, again, the Ozzie Smith should be in the header cell, not furthest from the header, because he's A sheet. And then they put Ryan B sheet on the back when Ryan should also be in the header cell. So we can be confident that, and interestingly enough, this pack is actually graded by GAI, which is a defunct pack grading company. And GAI made some mistakes in their grading. A lot of their stuff that they've graded is good. Okay, they were right. They identified unopened material successfully, but they did have some issues during the lifespan of this company. And there are some resealed packs or altered packs that passed inspection. And they graded Rack Packs. They gave this pack a 7. You can see the grade on the back here. But Smith is in the wrong cell. Ryan's in the wrong cell. This is a year that's the odds. Again, you just have to ask yourself, what are the odds that not only this one cell is going to be improperly collated, but it's going to have the best card in the set on the front and the second best card in the set on the back, right? And it's completely against the correct collation that we see in the other two cells, right? Could this pack be legitimate? Could it be a weird day at the Topps factory? Maybe, right? But I would not bet on it. And I certainly wouldn't take over a $3,500 gamble, a $3,750 gamble to be exact. Not worth the risk. So that is what I have for you guys today. I hope this has been educational and interesting. Hope you all have a great rest of the week. Keep collecting vintage and open baseball, everybody.